Well, we can absolutely put the World Cup to the side. Unfortunately, we did lose Lisandro Martinez to what feels like a thigh injury. Now, we do not know the severity of that injury to Lisandro Martinez. However, he is someone that has become injury prone. Getting the metatarsal, having an ACL and an MCL on his knees, those are injuries that took him out of the limelight and took him out of the pitch for a very long period of time. Hopefully, the injury that kept him out to finish the final in the World Cup is not going to be long, and we will see Lisandro Martinez back in Manchester United and playing for us. But the truth about it is that we have also started hearing discussions about Lisandro Martinez not being part of the future plans, as we are hearing rumors that Atletico Madrid are looking for someone of his stature, looking to bring him to the Wanda Metropolitano. Now, in that particular situation, when we look at Manchester United, we have not heard a lot about a centre back coming in. But what we have heard and what we have seen and what we do know is that Manchester United have been stuck in that centre back position. We have the likes of Ayden Heaven, Leny Yoro, Harry Maguire, and the rest of them. We have centre back positions, and of course, Lisandro Martinez, Mateus de Ligt. But in this particular position, what we have seen so far is that our first two centre back pairings are injury prone. Now, Mateus de Ligt had that back surgery, and we know that for sure. Now, Lisandro Martinez has not been able to complete the final of the World Cup because of what he was pointing out on his thigh, and that we know that for sure. So, what we are going to be talking about right now is the 5 things that we expect from Leny Yoro in this 26-27 season, because I think it's high time that we talk about Leny Yoro. And let's begin. Now, the first thing, absolutely, this is genuinely a prove-it season for his long-term future at the club. We understand how great Leny Yoro's talent is, but we have to also use that as a context for everything. His rookie year under Ruben Amorim was a rough rookie year by any measure. A delayed debut when he was not able to play for Erik ten Hag due to the preseason injury that he had. I think it was a metatarsal also. Then he was part of the team in the 15th place Premier League finish. And of course, the European League final loss to Tottenham. But the truth about it is that those things are not solely on him. However, he had a torrid time. If I look back, I can remember the game against Southampton, and it was such a difficult moment for Leny Yoro, but I believe that was his welcome in to the Premier League moment. His physicality was not up to par with the Premier League strikers. Last season, that was the 25-26 season, was a little bit better, and it became even better with the Carrick turnaround. You understand? However, he still had a start and stop season individually. You understand? He still had that start and stop season for him. Now, the stakes are absolutely real. United are reportedly in this situation, based on what Omar Ben Rada said, are working on in an informal 2-season window for judging talent, for judging big money signings. It's a prove it within 2 seasons, or we are either going to loan you out or find a permanent sale. Those are the things his name Omar Ben Rada had said when joining the football club. Now, this particular season is going to be his 3rd season. This is going to be the moment that we believe we are going to see the Leny Yoro that we have absolutely been craving. Now, his deal is running to 2029. It just makes that this 26-27 season is going to be the season that we say, let's talk about an extra or a new contract, a new 5-year extension or 4-year extension to add to the 2 years that you have remaining. Or we start thinking about, we have 2 years left and we need to find a way to let Leny Yoro leave Manchester United. But the truth about this situation is that this season, making it that we qualified for the Champions League last year, he is going to have ample time on the pitch. If it's not in the Premier League, it is going to be in the Champions League. So it's not going to be consolation football. It is going to be meaningful football where he would have the opportunity to show the world what he has to offer. And most importantly, show Michael Carrick and Omar Ben Rada that he is the man for that right-hand side, that right-handed centre-back role for Manchester United for the future. That is the number one thing that we are going to be looking at in this season for Leny Yoro. Number two, that centre-back spot is truly opened. This is not a hypothetical competition. Michael Carrick has preferred Harry Maguire and Martinez in his pairing since he became a manager of Manchester United in the temporary role and now probably the permanent role. But two things have shifted in the picture. Martinez was substituted, like I said, in the Argentina's World Cup final defeat against Spain. His fitness is absolutely a red flag that is flying so high at this point. Matthijs de Ligt, however, has not still returned to full-time training after his back surgery. So we have our two centre-back positions that are hugely injury-prone. So what we have in looking at this picture is that Manchester United have purchased Youri Tielemans, Andre Santos, Cardalo, and Tanyan Thompson. We have not subscribed or purchased a centre-back yet, because I believe they still believe in these two young players, in Leny Yoro and Ayden Heaven. Those are the two players that they believe in, and they believe in their ability to step up. But the truth about it is that this season is going to prove to them if you can absolutely step up. Because in my mind, based on what I can see, it is going to start with Harry Maguire or Leny Yoro and Ayden Heaven on that centre-back positions. Leny Yoro should be looking at this preseason to show Michael Carrick that he is a starting centre-back for Manchester United, other than the 32-year-old Harry Maguire. That should be the case. That should be his focus. That should be his absolutely goal. Because if he doesn't do well or doesn't show that he's going to take that role from Harry Maguire, Manchester United have already started looking at the likes of Van, even though it has cooled off because of the price tag that Tottenham Hotspur put on Van der Ven's services. You just have to look at it as this is an opening. This is an open audition for you to grab that role and do not let it go. That is it. That is the second one that we expect from Leny Yoro. He needs to compete. He needs to be the person that takes on that right-handed or right-sided centre-back role for Manchester United. Number three, the Leny Yoro-Ayden Heaven partnership isn't just a fun what-if anymore. Harry Maguire has publicly backed Leny Yoro and Ayden Heaven to become Manchester United's long-term centre-back pairing. And insiders at Carrington reportedly believe that the duo could match or even surpass Arsenal's Saliba and Gabriel's access. That is what we are looking at. That is what every single person in Carrington believes in this two duo. The development work is real. They have been playing with each other. They have been absolutely working out together, and we have seen a great development, a great step towards what we want to see. The development and the work with the likes of Johnny Evans and Jonathan Woodgate for extra sessions is truly remarkable, because those two are literally Premier League greats. Well, Jonathan Woodgate is a little bit shaky because he did go to Real Madrid and absolutely performed there. I did not watch his time in the Premier League. However, we know that he has a reputation of being a good defender. And that is what we need. We need them to pass their knowledge, especially Johnny Evans, that knows what it means to be a Manchester United defender. Those are going to absolutely be crucial in these players becoming what they can be. They absolutely have to be that. Now, with Ayden Heaven's ability and composure and ability to be a line-breaking passer, with Leny Yoro's recovery pace and supposedly attacking or sliding tackles or timely tackles and interceptions, those are two perfect roles that would just work very well with each other, being the 5 and the 4, or the 5 and the 6, whichever one you guys want to call it at. We need to see them start working in tandem with each other. We need to see the future of Manchester United centre-backs all secured in Leny Yoro and Ayden Heaven. That is what we need to see. That is the third one. Now we move to the fourth. And that is the physical development has to absolutely take an upswing for Leny Yoro. The numbers tell a decent progress so far for Leny Yoro. In his aerial duels, for instance, the success rate, he climbed from a shaky 50% in his debut season to a high 50s and low 60s range last year. That is what we saw based on what we experienced and what we looked at for Leny Yoro. The critique, even from someone that topped him and absolutely believes in him, in Rio Ferdinand, he believes that Leny Yoro now has to start being smart on the way he attacks number 9s and physical number 9s in the Premier League. In my mind, I believe Leny Yoro should understand and literally start doing the things that we just saw Benjamin Šeško go through. Benjamin Šeško came into Manchester United, a lanky young striker, and now has become the Serbian Terminator. That is what we have seen. Leny Yoro needs to take that approach, become more physical, become a literally unit that people cannot move you about. However, do not lose your tackling ability. Do not lose your strength. So make sure you guys are also working on the explosivity and the pace while you're working on the physical nature of putting some bones or some muscles on those bones. Those are what we need to see. Physical presence, because just like we had Rio, we also had a Vidic next to him. And just like we have an Ayden Heaven, we need someone physical in Leny Yoro next to him. You remember, think about it. Martinez and Matthijs de Ligt. Harry Maguire and Martinez. Those are the things that we have seen, and those are the things that we know that works for Manchester United and works in the Premier League. And Leny Yoro absolutely has to get to that physical nature. Either that, or you be able to absolutely pick your spots and be so good at reading the game that you do not need to battle physically, and you just win your battles with your mind, win your battles with your brilliance. Those are the things that we need to absolutely see from Leny Yoro. Now, number 5. Is Michael Carrick is testing him somewhere new, which is the right back position. Leny Yoro played the right back and not the centre back in United's pre-season opener against Wrexham, where we lost 1-0. It is expected, it was expected to continue in a similar role against Rosenborg tomorrow. However, I do not see it as his final role. I do not see Michael Carrick trying to convert Leny Yoro from a centre-back to a right-back. However, I believe, just like what Michael Carrick is doing with Patrick Dogu and Mason Mount, playing them in different positions, he wants the versatility. He wants to understand that his players can absolutely play those roles just in case, based on necessities, that he would absolutely call on them to play those roles. Now, Nussein Mazraoui, his long-term future is absolutely in the balance. Now, I do not believe it should be, because what we saw Nussein Mazraoui do for Morocco in the World Cup, he was truly their best defender, second to none. I believe he would absolutely bring that to Manchester United also. But the question is, for that Leny Yoro, becoming a hybrid of a centre-back and a right-back option is truly pure brilliance for Michael Carrick. I believe it will be a situation where Michael Carrick would absolutely love to throw in different looks, just like when we had Wes Brown doing the right back role, but also able to do the centre back role. Just like where we saw the likes of Rio Ferdinand going on that right hand side, but also coming back into the middle. We have seen so many good players, too many going from the defensive midfield role to the centre back role. Those players that have the hybrid nature to play multiple positions are absolutely crucial in winning the title. We have seen the likes of Arsenal's player in Jurrien Timber from a centre-back in Ajax move to a right-back for Arsenal. He also can play the centre-back role. Calafiori from a centre back to a left back. Those are the hybrid natures that we need to see in the likes of Ayden Heaven, the likes of Leny Yoro. Those are the things that we need to see. We need to see them absolutely having the nature or the second nature to say, I go to the right back and allow Luke Shaw to come into the centre back, or go to the left back and just be able to play the role right. All those things are absolutely treating and letting you get ready for the grueling fit of being Manchester United's centre-back pairing, because those are the anchors for what we do moving forward. Look at the autobiography of Sir Alex. He talks about when he's building his team, he always needs to build from the centre-back role. The centre-back was absolutely pivotal for him getting Manchester United to where we were. Think about it. Gary Pallister, Yap Stamp, Rio Ferdinand, Nemanja Vidic, Johnny Evans. Those are the centre-backs that we had in the time that Sir Alex had. He absolutely made sure that those particular roles were filled with players that had the ability to pass out the back, had the physical nature, had the defensive will to put their heads where people will be scared to put their foot. Those are the things that we need in Leny Yoro going into this season. But let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that follow button, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, because a lot of you are watching the videos but are not subscribed yet. It does do tremendous for us here on Pillar Sports when you hit that subscribe button. It's free. I know you're paying with your time while watching us, but we promise to make sure that we bring you guys quality and absolutely quality content here on Pillar Sport. Thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.